All right, so episode two.
Yes, of course, we start off with a little flashback from Maximus, I believe.
Oh yeah,
Maximus was just a little fellow, and we saw his dad and his mom going around Shady Sands, just up to some random stuff. I believe Maximus's father was repairing a fountain or for a well.
yeah. It looked more like a water purifier, maybe.
Yeah,
But
something like that.
now, I don't know too much about the lore because I just haven't got delved this deep into NCR lore. But people have been complaining about him, and I don't think it necessarily is. But people are saying that because apparently the caps as a currency is uh, based on water, like pure water, like gallons, like quantities of pure water somehow, and that's how it keeps its value. And
So instead of having like a gold reserves, it's water,
yeah,
for
supposedly.
example.
Like I'll have to look into it to make sure. Like I don't know if you played the New Vegas quest where they were so concerned about the counterfeit cap press, but
No.
that's one of the Crimson Caravan quest lines. You got to go shut down a counterfeit cap plant, but
Ah, I remember I did one of their quests, but I don't think I did that one.
but supposedly that's what the value of behind the caps is. So, and
Right.
supposedly the NCR has a huge supply of purified water, which is how they're able to keep that economy. But it seems people were complaining that this makes it look like they didn't have any pure water, and this guy he's the hero that brought them pure water. But I don't necessarily think that's what the scene implied. It looked like that was just a home thing he was working on.
I thought I would agree with you on that. But I gotta give the NCR props. At least their dollar is tied to something. Like at least there's a standard.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's better than a lot of countries do now. Like printing away as much as they want. But anyways, that's not really related to Fallout per se. It's just I mean, props to the NCR. They got something going for them,
That
and
might be
they're
the
gonna have a
yeah.
whole lot more coming their way in just a minute.
Well,
Something that they deserve.
we also see the guy walking into town. He
Hmm.
saying the iconic line every New Vegas fan knows,
Patrolling the Mojave makes you wish for a nuclear winter.
and he's got the device on the back of his neck.
Hmm. And and I'm actually kind of happy to see that device on the back of his neck. Partially because he's a communist, but also because it seems like this kind of takes Mr. House out of the equation, maybe a little bit for being a bad guy.
Because whoever is behind it's obviously the person who it's obviously someone in whoever Hank's talking to, right? Because Hank must have if Hank's the one behind the nuke, right?
Yeah,
Then
yes,
whoever Hank contacted sent the nuke in, which
absolutely. And here,
contradicts pretty much everything Mr. House says in New Vegas. While he considers, excuse me, while he considers NCR his more immediate enemy, he doesn't want to go to like war with them because he
yes,
wants their economy pretty much. He wants their commerce pretty much. I mean,
yeah, yeah. And so the thing is Mr. House is a man, and he who responds to incentives, particularly profit. He wants profit, and he wants profit, and he wants progress, and nuking the NCR, as based as it is, um, you know, and I would support Mr. House, and I would make an ethical argument that he would be in the right to do so. But at the end of the day, that's not what Mr. House believes. And if Mr. House is somehow tied into this or guilty of this, then the writers have absolutely no idea what type of character Mr. House is, because I mean,
and
that's
Mr.
just not what he
House,
would do.
like, he sends you to save the president from being assassinated, and
Like literally.
he expressed numerous times that he does not want Aaron or General Oliver to be a martyr. He wants you to essentially end things diplomatically with him.
Now, of course, I did not do that, and Mr. House told me not to worry about it too much because he probably would have just killed himself anyway from shame.
Maybe not to worry about it because he's got a nuke. He's got a nuke FedExed over there.
Yeah, you never know.
I do wonder if there's going to be a retcon, like whoever, like maybe there's a behind the scenes faction at play in New Vegas, and maybe that's why all these people are saying the same line all across the wasteland.
Maybe the Ghoulified Kings are doing it.
The Ghoulified Kings. We haven't gotten to them yet, have we?
No, we haven't seen them on screen yet, unfortunately. I'm curious to know what's even up with that, to be honest.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, again, in the house ending, they are essentially gunned out of Freeside.
Yeah, that's true. They just got wiped out, and I mean, I don't blame Mr. House for wanting to get rid of them.
You don't think
Mr. I took his dog. I took King's dog away from him, and that was it. You know what the King did?
What?
I asked him for a favor. He gave me 1,000 caps. You know what I wanted to do to him? I wanted to pull my anti-material rifle and do a 360 no-scope right in front of him. Blow his head off for 1,000 caps. I just went through all that trouble, and that's all he does for me? He's supposed to be the king of Freeside, and that's what he did. Talk about gratitude.
Well,
jeez.
In the King's defense, that was supposed to be an early game quest line.
But, well, in my defense, Freeside's one ugly cesspool, and I didn't want to be there until I was well equipped to handle it.
Even though you went straight there immediately.
Well, just to get to the strip, of course.
But what was it? Well, it would have been. I don't know, and I'm not a tech guy, so I don't know how hard it would have been. But I know, like Elder Scrolls stuff like that, like a lot of times the reward is essentially set to your level. So the higher your level, the higher your reward's going to be. So
yeah. And unfortunately, apparently, being around what was I around level 40 something? I think maybe. I only got 1,000 caps.
Because was that after Lonesome Road for you? Yeah,
that was pretty much that was at the very end of it all. I was just knocking off a few side quests to get a better, just to get the full experience.
Yeah.
I needed to get Rexy for so I could get every companion in one run.
I don't even think you did that. Did you?
Yeah, I got his dog. Yeah, I got the dog.
Yeah, I guess you did. You got Lily.
Yeah, I got the achievement at the end of it, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. Lily was an interesting companion, for sure. So, we had a very emotional scene in Shady Sands as the bomb was ticking.
Yeah.
Maximus got shoved into a fridge by his parents, and his parents were like, oh, we're going to die. Boo-hoo. And
they probably regretted moving to the NCR and that.
And, goes boom. It's taken care of. And Maximus is in a little fridge, like the little piece of crap he is, And he says a lot. Says a lot about, the fact. I just don't like Maximus, and this is a very Maximus-driven episode, like at the end of the day.
Is it? There's like 2 scenes with him in it.
It's not so much that he's in the episode a lot as much as it sort of revolves around him and what's going on with the Brotherhood of Steel, which is kind of interesting.
It kind of goes straight into that. We see Maximus going on some sort of like fetch quest for his chapter. They bring it to that airship, and essentially that unlocks Area 51 for him. What do you think of that?
Yeah, so my initial reaction was, whoa, there's an alien. There's an alien in there, and it's, frozen, and these idiots from the Brotherhood of Steel, they don't even have any respect for the alien. Like, they're just looking around for whatever. And they find a cool car in there, and they just destroy it because they're a bunch of brutes. That's why people like Mr. House have no respect for the Brotherhood of Steel. They're just a bunch of weird cultists.
Kinda, yeah. So,
And
what happens after that? That's when they cover Area 51, and Quintus sends out that transmission, right, to the other
yeah,
elders.
yeah. Of course, we had to go back again just a little bit because right after, we see the scene in Shady Sands, it's like immediately revealed that Hank did it. I mean, we did
No,
talk
yeah, yeah,
about
yeah. We
that.
go to the vault. We go to the vault where
Yeah,
it's like detonation successful or something right like that, and he
yeah,
starts reading Lucy the book or whatever.
yeah. So, or was he watching a Howard Cooper film with her? I can't. Or was that a different scene? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Doesn't really matter.
Maybe I thought.
Oh, the first thing that I took a note of when the Brotherhood of Steel stuff started,
Yeah.
was how Dane now has a mustache.
Like, yeah, let's talk about Dane because Dane in season 1, Dane. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you've seen it more recently than I have. Dane seemed not necessarily opposed to the Brotherhood, right? Like
I think that's right. Yeah.
when Dane walks in and like Dane starts like hyping up Maximus about how he's going to be knighted for this courageous victory over the NCR,
Yeah.
and but now Dane seems to have completely like switched opinions.
Yeah. You're right. I think that's partially just because of the way Maximus is acting now. Maybe
Possibly,
I'm not
'cause
exactly sure.
Maximus does seem maybe not necessarily like whenever I first was seeing it, I was like, oh, so Maximus is now probably fully Brotherhood, but it seems like he still has personality, but it does seem like
Personality might be a bit of an exaggeration, but
he's got he's got he's got a or a quirk to him. Like he's not a robot, right?
he's about as close as he possibly could be, but he still has a quirk. I think you could really describe him as being robotic around most people because he doesn't know how to.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there. He doesn't have social, awareness, but and he clearly has some father issues, like daddy issues, that Quintus is clearly playing into, which seems to be making him more and more. Well, maybe not so. It does seem like he's. I don't know, because by the end it seems like he may not be fully accepting of what's happening. But Dane, is this when they mention the only reason Quintus would be assembling the elders would be if he's planning to go to war with the Commonwealth Brotherhood, which I think this is right.
Yeah,
on the airship.
Yes, I think that's correct. I gotta be honest, I didn't notice that detail about Dane and the sudden change of character, and the reason for that is well, I don't have a lot of memory space for anything that Dane does, and anytime Dane is on screen, it kind of makes me wish for a nuclear winter. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Then nobody needs to dig any deeper into why that might be the case. It doesn't matter.
That's just something because I was like, I don't remember Dane being that annoying to me in season 1, and I think that might have been why. But I think you might be right. I think Dane is probably because Dane sees how Maximus is. Yeah, he's kind of not. I don't think he's fully lost himself. Like I said, I do see Maximus there. It's not like he's a robot.
Not a whole lot to lose in the first place, but anyways, I think it's just like Dane just doesn't like how Maximus is changing, and just wants him to stay his old self. Now, I don't know if we're going to be seeing a little bit of Dane and Maximus romance in the meantime, but until he.
I don't think that's happening.
You never know you never know what's going to happen with the Brotherhood of Steel.
True.
Well, dude, I'm not like super I don't know all of the Brotherhood of Steel's traditions or anything like that, but I don't know if they're like opposed to that sort of thing or whatnot.
Well, it kind of seemed like it repressed, at least or at least from Maximus's perspective. Like we see later, like all these different chapters on the West Coast have essentially different ways of going about things.
Yes, that is true. So actually, we're with the Ghoul and Lucy for a while before we get back to Brotherhood of Steel, and of course, they stumble upon that hospital there.
Yeah, I don't think that hospital's in the game. I think that's a unique hospital.
Yeah, it's just another thing that the writers wanted to do, like having the Great Khans turn that T-Rex around.
Oh, they wanted to see the cool dinosaur.
That's canon. I was correct about that.
Wait, is it? Did they actually say something about that?
No, it's canon. That's
okay.
how it is.
Right. Yeah, that's how. Them's the breaks.
It's not just a theory. And that pool, it's because the Great Khans thought they might like to go for a swim.
Well, I think my head canon is like the settlers probably did just bury it so they can have like more building room, because there are bungalows there. Which, to be fair, the bungalows look like they were built pre-war, but maybe not.
True.
Maybe because those bungalows I did not see those bungalows in episode 1, so it looks like they got torn down and a pool was dug out. So
yeah, we'll sorry, I saw this reel on Instagram talking about that exact scene. And somebody commented on it. I guess the Great Khan just likes swimming.
One thing I saw in some posts, I saw in the comments, people are trying. It seems like people are trying to gaslight New Vegas fans into thinking that the original game version is the mod, and the actual game has it like in the show. I saw someone posted a picture of Novak in the game, like dinosaur facing the overpass, no pool, and they're like, "Why did you mod your game? It's not supposed to look like this."
Oh my god, that's evil. I think, depending on how season 2 goes, I might become one of these New Vegas elitists by the time it's done.
We'll see. I still got faith in them, but we'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, they go. They at the hospital.
Yeah, the Ghoul had a really good quote. Talking to Lucy, he said, "Empathy is like mud. You lose your boots in it, or something like that." And I thought, wow, that was a badass quote from the Ghoul right there.
Well, we're going to see how this plays out, because she does the heroic thing, I guess some would say, and goes to investigate. And they found him pretty quickly. That hospital's pretty big, and they found him fairly quickly. But I guess they are screaming. So
they find these ugly, filthy, dirty, stinky people, and Lucy's like, "Oh yeah, I got to help them." What's the Ghoul do? He goes and slits that one guy's throat and starts feeding them.
Well, he doesn't do that immediately, because he mentions, I can't remember the exact quote, but he's like, "Oh, like tunics this far west," and immediately any New Vegas, or at least I did, I knew exactly. I was like, "Oh, this is happening this early in the season. I did not expect this," but he clearly knows who these people are with, which is why I think he was so quick to slit the person's throat and immediately start eating them.
Unfortunately, I just wasn't Fallout literate enough to notice that until later on.
Well, I'll watch with captions on, so I'll probably helps me a little bit more.
It's just like, I didn't spend that much time with the Legion, because why would you hang out with a bunch of idiot brutes when you could hang out with the House in the Lucky 38? Like,
well, you got to do multiple playthroughs.
Yeah, no offense to any Legionoids that might be watching, but the House always wins for a reason. It's because he actually has brains, unlike Kaiser. We all know what happens to Kaiser's brain later on.
Yeah, he gets replaced with Arcade, which we'll see in probably the next episode.
Yes, but the big question on everybody's mind is Arcade Gannon going to be played by Macaulay Culkin or whatever?
We'll see.
He's gonna be playing somebody. Well, imagine if he's playing Caesar.
No, he's not. Well, I've seen screenshots. Apparently, they've. I don't know who. I don't know if it's leaks, but I did see like a screenshot of the next episode that appears to have a Caesar character. So we'll see.
Oh, really? I did see
Yeah,
a screenshot of Macaulay Culkin, but not as Caesar, but or any, not. It's not even implied that he's Caesar. It's just I saw a picture of him
yeah.
in the show.
Well, he's in the trailer. He's in one of the trailers. So,
Um,
but
so
yeah,
we see.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Actually, so we see the Ghoul and Lucy fight some rad scorpions.
Yeah, some little baby
And
ones pop out the vents.
I wasn't like that happy to see the Ghoul kind of getting a little. I, I mean, I guess it was really only the giant rad scorpion that caused them trouble, but
Yeah,
I feel like
the little ones kind of caused Lucy some trouble. They kind of
yeah,
did some face hugger stuff. Did they jump on her face or something like that?
they jumped on her somewhere anyway, and it's like, well, that makes sense. I think it was on her face, and like I think she hit it off of a frying pan.
Yeah,
But it's just like the Ghoul. Like the Ghoul should be just absolutely destroying these guys. I mean, he's played by Walton Goggins. Like, come
true,
on.
true. But I think it does kind of show just how like I guess kind of what's the power scaling like the NPCs are to a protagonist, I guess. Because as a
Right.
protagonist, like, oh, this like two scorpions is like baby work, right? I guess
Yeah.
it's kind of like to compare it like Star Wars. These would be like Rogue One characters as opposed to like Jedi, right?
Yeah.
These are like
Yeah.
the non-gods amongst men.
Yeah,
People.
because like for example, if we had like Mr. House out going around in the Mojave, he would just destroy these scorpions. He'd just be kicking them like cans all over the Mojave. It would be nothing because he's the protagonist of the show and the entire franchise. But anyways, that's not really important right now because he's not in the episode. Not to spoil anybody's fun, but my fun was absolutely spoiled when it made it to the credits and there was no Mr. House in the whole episode. Very much so. Feeling a little bit depressed on Christmas Eve.
But the ghoul, he shoves the grenade in his throat, right?
Yes, that's right. He did. Yeah, that was very mean of the Fallout writers. Actually, I was having as the Kings might say, a blue Christmas, thanks to the lack of Mr. House.
And Lucy gets one of her first, I guess, video game choices of the episode where she has to choose who to give the stim pack to, this mystery woman or the ghoul.
And of course, she chooses the mystery woman.
Which, obviously, we know they're Legion, right?
Yeah.
But it begs the question what the Legion was doing in this hospital, because I don't know if you played too much of it. Like, the Legion is very against, like, medicine, like, chems and stuff.
I
Like,
guess I'm not.
it is considered, like, forbidden items. Like, even traders in Legion territory aren't allowed to trade, like, stim packs. They're not allowed to trade, like, they're only, like, Legion only use, like, herbal, like, the healing powder and stuff like that. They don't use, like, the mentats, like, psycho, like, none of the medicinal chems.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly what they call them, but those are forbidden for Legion. And she's clearly like this person she saved is clearly like, I guess maybe not. She might have family or something back at the Legion that she doesn't want to like abandon, but she willingly goes back to them. So
Yeah, I mean, the Legion. Wow, these guys just aren't very bright, are they?
it might be implied that it's definitely not the same regime as we see in the game New Vegas.
Yeah, I mean, Kaiser. At the end of the day, I mean,
Well, it's Arcade. He would send them after like Kim, so he's got to
Yeah.
send them after Stimpack so he can give them away for free for all the people in Freeside.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is the same group that whose leader takes Arcade Gannon to be a concubine, depending on what way you play New Vegas. So, like, that's the thing in the game, guys. I know, I played it. It's true. You don't have to say anything about it. I wish what I really wish would happen is that and not to get too graphic on the podcast, but I really wish that um in the Mr. House ending, Arcade Gannon could be found hanging outside the Lucky 38 alongside Veronica, but it doesn't matter. Well, we all know what happened to Cass in my playthrough, so she doesn't get to join him.
It didn't take you long to. Like Cass was like the first one you killed, first companion you got killed.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, I needed those energy weapons. Like, I needed to be friends with the Van Graffs or whatever their names are. So it's like, Cass wasn't very nice. I saw this video.
You know the Van Graff's like headquarters based in the NCR territory, right?
Yeah. I was hoping that they'd, help me out against the NCR or something like that. Wait,
So-
I remember. Did I have to kill Legion people, or did I have to kill NCR people when I did that quest for them? I
It was
can't
Legion
remember.
people. Like I think they're doing like an arms deal with the Legion, and they want to double cross them.
Right, yeah, I guess it makes sense. I didn't really kill any NCR people until the end because Mr. House wouldn't want me to. I was just being a little bit pragmatic. I mean, I needed those energy weapons. My energy weapon stat was one of the ones I got to 100 after all.
Yeah, energy weapons is pretty good.
Yes, I needed.
And after that, what we go back to the Brotherhood? Maybe I'm trying to remember the order.
Actually, right before that,
Or do
it
we
was
cut-
actually Hank.
Hank. Okay, we cut to Hank. He's experimenting, right?
Yeah, that was one of the great scenes in the show.
It was Hank's finally he's getting like his own, he's not a captive, like we're getting to see his personality kind of come through now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Hank is like a literally me character. I wish I could do that. I wish I could stroll around on my little I don't know if you call
Well,
it.
you
golf
did have the
cart
Pimp
or not.
Boy. You did get the Pimp Boy,
Yeah, I got the golden. They got the Pimp Boy.
which
Strolling around
is
on my.
because I don't remember leading you to that, so you got that on your own, didn't you?
Yes, I don't exact. Where do you get that at
You
again?
get
I couldn't
that from the Mick and you get it from some quest with Mick and Ralph. I can't remember exactly which one, but I had played through New Vegas twice before I even knew you could get the Pimp Boy. So
Yeah, it's just I stumbled across it. I
so
guess.
it's impressive. I guess it's impressive you got it first try. So
Yeah. I don't need to be led around and do everything, I guess. I did figure out a few things on my own, I think, like
yeah,
but yeah, he was strolling around on his vault cart. We'll just call it a vault cart.
what did they call it, a vault cart?
No, that's what I'm going to call it because
okay.
it's not like a golf cart, but it sort of is. Like so,
Well, it's one of
I don't
those
know.
it's like one of those military bunker like golf carts. You see them in like movies where the supervillains has like a lair underground and they're riding around in them.
Yeah, and he was playing with a yo-yo, and
He's just having a grand old time.
And why wouldn't he? I mean, he deserves to have a grand old
He's
time.
going around blowing up rats.
Yeah, and I did feel a little bit bad for those rats, but as Mr. Huss would say, nothing to impede progress.
Yeah. I don't know if you're doing too well for the theory that House isn't working for him, but
oh no, that has nothing to do. It's not related. No, it's just at the end of the day, scientific progress needs to be made, especially in the nuclear apocalypse. I mean,
as Hank says, first you don't succeed, try and try again, because he eventually upgrades to the human.
Yeah, so was that a former Vault-Tec employee as well?
I don't think so, because he has like dinner with him, and he says that this was like the Vault-Tec Deluxe package that he purchased, so it makes me feel like it was implied to be a customer, because
right.
Even Hank says he was kind of like he had a family, but he was the only one that purchased like a place in the vault.
Right. Interesting. So, actually, I guess up next that's when we see the alien.
Yeah.
And then we get.
And apparently, there apparently is a couple other Easter eggs. I heard someone say they saw I saw screenshots, but I'll have to go back and see it. People said they saw like the Ark of the Covenant there, which
yeah, there was some weird stuff. There's like Egyptian stuff in there.
Which I guess
Yeah,
that's more of a reference to Indiana Jones,
yeah.
but Fallout does have like some supernatural stuff in it. So
I mean, there's freaking aliens in it, so
yeah, well, there's a whole DLC in Fallout 3 with the aliens. So
oh, I can't wait for that. I mean, I got the complete edition, so I'm gonna be diving into some aliens. I wonder if that'll,
which like
yeah,
people
be
say,
as fun as Big Mountain.
I guess that probably would be the big mountain of the Fallout 3 DLC, um, but too like the alien did actually look like the aliens from the DLC, so people have been giving them credit for that, which
Now, it would be a bit of an exaggeration to say that Big Mountain was fun, considering all those Robo Scorpions around there. But I mean, it was definitely fun with whenever I was able to talk to Dr. Klein, Dr. Boris, and all those guys.
yeah, they were
God.
definitely characters. I don't know if there's as fun characters in the Mothership Zeta DLC, but because like a lot of people you free out of like storage, so like I don't want to spoil it too much. You get like people from the past as your companions.
Oh.
So
Um, now, instead of creating lobotomites and stuff, do these aliens do anal probing and stuff like that? I'm really hoping that doesn't happen to my character.
I don't want to spoil it too much. There are like I do believe there are an enemy type called abominations. So
Oh,
I can't exactly remember the lore about them, but I do believe there's abominations running around on the spaceship. So I'll let you
now I'm
try to
getting
figure out
excited.
what abominations are. So
I don't know if my imagination can go that far, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Fallout 3 is all about now. I'm getting excited.
Is this when all the other elders come in?
Yes, that's up next, because in my notes here I just wrote taxation without representation.
That was one of the elders. It basically showing that all these, because we see like, and you know what, we didn't see a Mojave chapter, and we wouldn't see a Mojave chapter if House always wins because he blows them up.
Yes, that's absolutely right. I was there. I blew it up.
Exactly.
That's a very good point.
Like in the NCR ending, you can end diplomatically with them. And Yes Man, you can end diplomatically with them. You can't in the Caesars one, but
well, they obviously didn't win.
Yeah, because Arcade's leading them now. But
yeah,
we get a bunch of different. They said where they're from? One was from the Grand Canyon, and I can't remember where the other ones were. Do you remember where they said they were from?
No, unfortunately, I can't. No. I was just enamored with this talk about taxation that was going on, so I just didn't pick up on it, I guess.
But he makes the offer to essentially go to war with the Commonwealth chapter, right? He straight up says it, right? Unify.
Yeah, I think so. And at first they weren't too convinced until they saw all these fusion cores that they were able to produce with the cold fusion. At least I think they were using cold fusion.
Yeah, I think that's what it's applied. But like the Brotherhood in 4 don't seem concerned with the amount of fusion cores they have because they all already have power armor. Like these ones essentially seemed like raiders kind of. Like they didn't have their power armor because I guess fusion cores are rare on the West Coast.
Yeah. I mean, I just have a little on the guy who was talking about taxation without representation. I don't mean to get too off topic. I just have a little bit of a problem. He said that's un-American. And while that's true, he should have just said taxation is un-American. Like that's disgusting. It doesn't matter whether there's representation or not. It's disgusting. It's un-American. It's communist. No matter how flat that tax is, that's for commies.
Yeah.
And in fact, I mean, I might be dropping a video essay on taxation over the coming months, so stay tuned for that.
Well, they immediately jump on board as soon as he whips out the fusion cores, which I want to point out, my character in Fallout 76 does have like a fusion core like manufacturing plant that I take over every time I log in.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
That,
like you can take
uh,
over areas to produce resources, and one of them is a fusion core plant, and that is my first go to take over. So
did you hear
fusion.
that? Wallace House owns like 33% of the stock in that factory.
We'll see. We'll see how that works. But
He still likes to invest in things even though it's the apocalypse.
yeah, they jump on board. They're immediately going to war, I guess, with the Commonwealth. Again, I don't like because the East Coast Brotherhood essentially seems to have unified like pretty much every chapter. Well, there was only one that went over there, but when they kind of split from the West Coast, and then they split up into factions. But
Hmm.
by Fallout 4, they've all united again under Elder Maxim. And
um,
but yeah, it still confuses me why they're calling it the Commonwealth Brotherhood because they're based out the Pentagon. So I don't know why they. I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it, but we'll see.
yeah, really, it was a miracle. In this episode, I was finally able to remember Quentis's name after this whole time I could not remember it. And there was another character and her name was, as I wrote, Butch. Um, and she was like, "Oh, I love taxes and stuff like that." And
Did
oh,
she?
I'm so
Did she say that?
uh, no, she just looks like she said it. That's all.
It's
She's like,
implied she
"Oh
said it.
yeah, tax me harder." I thought Quentin is up to something here. He wants them all to unify so he can tax them. That's what
We'll
he
see.
wants to do.
We'll
He's
see.
gonna just slide in a little shadow tax on them,
It does seem like he's probably got like ulterior motives as to why he wants.
and taxation would be a very, very strong motive for him. I mean, at the end of the day, why wouldn't he want to tax them and make some money?
Maybe
Maybe make a
greed.
few extra caps.
Oh, that'll
Um,
definitely put him in Mr. House's sights. So we'll see.
actually, we skipped over something early. I mean, it's very minor, but back in Vault 31,
Okay, yeah,
we
I was wondering
see
when we'd get to this. Norm has thawed out pretty much everybody.
Norm. You mean Pipsqueak?
Pipsqueak.
Yeah, Pippy. Pippy thought out all of Bud's buds,
And he seemed to have
and
murdered Bud, by the way. Like,
yeah, well, I think what he did is he tipped him upside down and put him in a trash can.
was it? I thought it was a mop bucket. It looked, but the thing was saying malfunctioning. So I don't know how
Oh,
long that.
okay. Maybe it was a mop bucket.
I don't know how long that brain could survive when the robot starts malfunctioning. But
It was so cringe, and I think it was episode 1 of season 2 when Pippi was like, chaos is easy. It's like, okay, Pippi, don't get all high on yourself, buddy. You're not doing anything.
well,
You're stuck in this
he's
ball.
getting a little high on himself because he wins him over by saying he's what is it, the genetically superior offspring of 200 years of selective
like,
breeding or something like that.
he's a super manager. Um,
Yeah.
I believe you had some theories about what might be happening with Pipsqueak over
Yeah, I
the
think that might be
review.
because I said it the last thing we did. I think Hank is contacting the Enclave. Like I think it makes most sense because Enclave was essentially the ones pushing for Project Safe House with companies like Vault Tech and West Tech, I believe. And we
Hmm.
see like Vault Tech and West Tech were the ones leading that investors meeting, and Barb was obviously looking up to some shady individual looking down on the meeting. So I
Yes.
think, and I think that's who, because clearly and even these Vault 33 reps that got unthawed, they clearly weren't like executives, were they? They all seemed like interns, right? Like,
Yeah, I think you're
like
right.
the first thing they're concerned about is why the mall's gone when they get out. But these clearly weren't the the shot callers of Vault Tech that were in this cryostasis. So, and Hank was one of them. So, and Hank's won a promotion, so he's going to try and go above Barb to get. I think he's contacted the Enclave, and I think that maybe these interns that got thought out, Norm's going to go with them, and I think he might end up joining up with the Enclave, and I think that might be eventually how he meets back with Lucy.
Yes, and there might be a little bit of conflict there by the time that happens.
I think that Norm might go full force into the Enclave ideology.
Yeah, that would be.
He's clearly showing some. I mean, he immediately went to the genetic superiority complex.
Yes, he's showing some authoritarian characteristics and a strong inclination to want to manipulate people.
Exactly. So that is, I'm going to go ahead and place my chips on that plot thread continuing.
Yeah, I was very disappointed in this episode as well. I don't think we got any of Stephanie character development. And
no, I'm curious how they'll react when they find out that everyone in Vault 33 is now gone.
Yeah, that would be quite something. Like
these two overseers are definitely going to go under some stress tests.
Oh yeah, Betty's not going to be too happy about it, and I don't even know what Stephanie's going to do. I mean, she's always up to just her crazy white woman antics anyway. So
yeah, we didn't see him at all. I don't even know if we'll see him in the next one. But
yeah,
what happens?
I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy if we don't get any Mr. House in the next episode, and we don't get any Stephanie character development either.
What if we only get Mr. House?
It's more than Mr. House is more than enough. Don't get me wrong. It's just if we're not going to get Mr. House, we at least have to have some Stephanie character development because I don't want to follow Maximus around any more than necessary.
But the last thing, I guess, like obviously the Vault Tech reps, they're going to be essentially, I guess not shell shocked, but they're going to be vibe checked, I guess, like because the world they know is gone, but this is a whole new world of fascism for Norm. So
yeah, well, actually, one thing I wrote down here is how Pippi offered them merit dots, so-called merit dots.
Yeah, based on nothing.
To incentivize them to work harder, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Well, he's probably not wrong, like because the whole experiment of the Vault was to make like a super manager, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And he clearly he's manipulating these clearly weak, perceptive people, right? And he's immediately thrilled about the wasteland. He sees what kind of
potential there is.
Fascist tomfoolery he can get into on the surface.
Yeah, maybe eugenics, maybe Vault-Tec was on something with their eugenics or something, maybe there's something to that.
We'll see.
So I guess after that, we actually just see the Legion. Lucy gets,
she's walking with the lady. Is this when you realized they were going to the Legion, when she drops profligate?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Well, yeah, when she said that, the R word, I was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, she does say that. But she says something in Latin or something, and Lucy's like impressed that someone knows what Latin even is.
Yeah, well, as I said to you in our private chat, the other day, the ghoul, he's probably going to be heading to the Lucky 38 and hanging with Mr. House. And what's Lucy doing? Well, I'm not going to say it on the podcast, but she's not going to be having a very good time with the Legion.
Well, we'll see, because if there's a regime change, which they're clear, like either those two people were trying to escape the Legion and were going there, or I don't know why they'd end up there. Pretty much, because nothing.
If they were trying to escape, then she wouldn't have just walked back.
Yeah,
that
true,
wouldn't
that's
make
true.
sense.
Unless she, no, because she still goes back. So
yeah, like she could have just kept going, like somewhere else.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is she probably has like family, like she might have kids or like parents. Like I'm assuming the Legion's probably North Korea-esque. If you run away, they're gonna take out 3 generations up and down of your family.
Absolutely. Good way to keep things in order.
And I saw people. Can you still hear me? My headphone
Yeah, I
fell.
can hear you. Yeah, no problem.
I saw people on online. They were complaining about how the Legion looked goofy, how they kind of lost their aura. But I feel like from the scene we saw, they felt intimidating to me.
Yeah, well, I thought they looked fine. I mean, we'll see more of their outfits in the next episode, probably. But like, I think they look
thought
okay.
the scene where she looks up and sees them looking down at him from the cliff. I thought that seems spooky to me. I wouldn't want to come across that in the wilderness.
Now, personally, I would have my Mark II Securitrons with me, so they'd be wiped out in a flash. I wouldn't be worried about them one little bit, and those little communists.
All right, now hold on. I just rewatched that video of you trying to get that one guy, that Legion assassin. He was giving you heck for a little bit.
I didn't have my Securitrons with me. We were saving the Securitrons for Hoover Dam, obviously.
Yeah, you gotta wait to play the trump card.
Yeah, absolutely, because, Mr. House is always thinking 35 and a half steps ahead. And no more, no less.
Yeah.
So actually, the last note I left on my piece of paper here is Pippi on top.
Well, yeah,
Pippi on top.
We kind of already covered that, but
yeah, you see him on top, and that's I just had to write that there.
But I don't think that was the end, because we go back to Maximus. We end on Max. They're doing the I don't know what they're doing. They're doing some weird
little fight.
Yeah, I guess they're having some sort of feast. The elders are all looking down on them. They're doing like a little. I'm guessing what this is kind of like they're kind of seeing which chapter probably should be taking the reins, pretty much, because which I do cut like. What'd you feel about the one guy that wanted to challenge Maximus because he killed killed Moldaver, or what they call her, Moldover or something like that?
Oh my God! In that case, Maximus was in the right, because Moldaver is crap, and it's like the worst character in TV history, actually. So here's why that the Brotherhood of Steel's base in the Mojave needed to be bombed, because these people settle these sorts of issues not through employing the use of their rational faculty, but through beating each other up. This is how they make decisions in the Brotherhood of Steel.
Or at least this version, apparently.
Such savagery could never be tolerated by Mr. House.
Yeah, Mr. House wants to. He would take him over by a game of. I can't remember. He takes over Vault 21 by. I want to think a blackjack game, maybe. I can't remember how he challenges him. He challenged him, maybe roulette. I don't know, but
Me and card games, we don't mix too well. I keep my distance from them.
Well, that was Mr. House playing it, so.
Yeah, right. Well, the house always wins, right? He will never lose a card game. In fact, did you know that the only member of the House family to ever lose in a card game is Wally House?
Wally House?
Yeah.
We haven't even gotten to Wally House yet. We haven't seen him in canon.
Yeah, I hear he has something to do with Fallout 3, but
but we kind of end with the liaison for, like, we see the Vertibird just drift into the hangar.
Yes. Now we do know you have another theory, I believe, to discuss about what might happen to the ghoul.
To the ghoul. Oh yeah, we see, because Lucy leaves him there, and
Yes.
she's like, "Oh, either someone will come help you, or I'll find someone and send help to you." And he just gets left there, and I believe that Victor is going to find him and bring him to Good Springs. Good Neighbors in Fallout 4. A little slip there. Good Springs, because we see Victor in the trailer in the Goodsprings' house. I think the next time we see the ghoul, he's going to wake up in Goodsprings, and Victor's going to have brought him there. And I think we might get a Mr. House flashback because obviously Victor is Mr. House's second favorite fan after Wallace.
You're nothing weird about being a Mr. House fan or anything like that. Like there's weird.
But Victor's gonna actually he might even I do think I there's no way I'm gonna figure this out, but I do think I read a theory that Victor's cowboy persona was based off Mr. House watching one of the Cooper Howard's movies and liking the character. I don't know. I don't think I swear I read that on like a Reddit theory like a year ago.
That would be insane.
But if that's true, that might trigger a Mr. House flashback whenever the ghoul sees Cowboy Victor.
You think we'll be seeing Doc Mitchell?
I don't think so. I don't. I mean, I'd like to. I know that. I don't know if that. Like, if they do, I want to see the same voice actor playing him because he's got a unique voice, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
imagine if the episode opens up like that. Imagine if the episode opens up just like what's the first thing? Yeah, like POV, wake up on the bed, Doc Mitchell sitting at the chair asking him, "What's your name?"
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting. There's another possibility to consider here, and it's maybe Victor will just straight up take the ghoul to the Lucky 38.
That is true, but I do think we see in the trailer Victor at Goodsprings, and I think that might be the direction they go in.
I do think it's more realistic. I think it's more realistic.
In-house always wins. Mr. House sends Victor back to Goodsprings.
Yeah,
that's right. Sort of just watch out for him. So it makes sense if House always wins. Victor's out patrolling. He sees the ghoul.
I think at this point, I could say I don't hate Victor anymore. I think Victor's my friend.
Victor was misunderstood.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. How House appreciator was early on. I mean, he's a Securitron and all, but I had a lot of learning to do and a lot of growing as a courier, I think.
Well, Jane's a Securitron too.
Yeah, and I like Jane. I mean, Mr. House likes Jane, so I have to like Jane.
Jane at least knows how to pay for fetch quests. She pays pretty good for those snow globes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she does all sorts of things around the Lucky 38 to keep Mr. House happy.
Now I don't know if it was a mod that started this, but I heard that there was a cut content where if you're playing as a female, you could seduce Mr. House. I don't know how true that is, but I'll have to look into that.
Now, I feel like it couldn't have possibly been that. It must have been more like Mr. House seduces you, like that. There's no way that. Was that?
I said no doubt.
Yeah, because there's no way that Mr. House did say that he's impervious to really any sort of desire.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's no way that Mr. House would succumb to the temptations of a woman. Mr. House loves himself far too much to, succumb to any sort of disgusting, low-order temptations like that. So, it's at the end of the day, Mr. House is the one doing the seducing. I will debate somebody about that. Like, there's no way. Like my freaking career was basically freaking seduced when he was in the Lucky 38. I mean, come on. I mean, I had the confirmed bachelor perk from what I remember. Which, if I remember correctly, the confirmed bachelor perk is the one that makes Arcade Gannon act a little suspicious.
Yeah.
And, nobody likes Arcade Gannon on the East Eden podcast, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I'm just scrolling through the Mr. House cut content to see if there's any sort of verifiable evidence of this. Like one was apparently one of the early, according to this wiki post, which I don't. I'll have to look through the sources to see if they're legit. But apparently, one of the original concepts was it would be like a Wizard of Oz thing, like that Mr. House was a physical human somewhere, like kind of
Ah,
pulling
you
the.
know, I always hated the Wizard of Oz when I was a little kid, and I used to see it. Always, always felt a little creeped out watching that whenever I'd see it.
Mr. House has unused dialogue to greet a player on their first time entering the Lucky 38. Like if you just start exploring the penthouse and not speaking to him immediately, he has cut dialogue that says, "I invited you here to talk, not to nose around."
I wish I got that in there.
Oh wait, oh, originally it was planned that Mr. House could be seduced by a female-only character if successful in a speech challenge. The player would then be told to enter a secret area of the penthouse so she could be scanned. It's not clear what would happen next, but presumably the idea would be that it would let the player enter his secret scanning room without setting off an alarm like usual. I guess that would be a could possibly be a way to get to the control room to shut them down, perhaps.
I saw some people call Mr. House an idiot for not making a skill check on his terminal harder, and quite frankly, those people. I mean, what's Mr. House gonna do at that point? You know, like it's not his fault that the game dev didn't pay enough attention. It's not Mr. House's fault. Skill checks aren't canon.
True.
Like, like there's no difference between an easy skill check and a very hard skill check. I mean, that just depends on if you're lucky enough to press the right word. At the end of the day, like that's not Mr. House's fault, and anybody who has a problem with that and wants to insult, if anybody wants to insult Mr. House's intelligence, then just look at his special stat. I mean, come on, this guy has a 10 out of 10 intellect.
Did he have a 10 out of 10? I can't remember.
On one source, I saw that he did. On another source, I saw that as just kind of whatever. So I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he has 10.
He might as well have 10.
Well, if he doesn't have 10, then that's just fake. Like that's not true.
I did see a theory that maybe the house on the screen is the body double that we keep seeing in flashbacks, and that maybe the real Mr. House is in a cryopod somewhere in the Lucky 38. But I don't think I like that theory because
Right.
I think the more people that you thaw out that are from before the war, the kind of the less impactful it is.
Agreed. Yeah.
Like we get like I get drawing back to Star Wars, like how many times like do we see someone survive Order 66? Like so like it kind of weakens Order 66 at all because apparently it took out like the 5 people we see in the movie and that's it. But
yeah, I mean,
because we got this whole faction of people who are now 200 plus years old with Norm. I think they're going to lead them to the Enclave, and they're probably all going to get murdered, except for maybe Norm.
Yeah, like Norm, they'll probably spare Pipsqueak because they see a strong will.
They'll see how he's got a proclivity for fascism, and they'll welcome him aboard.
Yeah, and a potential proclivity for his sister as well. I mean, Shet. Shet. I mean, Shet definitely moved up in the world instead of hanging out with his cousin. Now he hangs out with Stephanie.
Yeah.
Freaky Vault 31 stuff. But,
I do want to point out that the first time we see the Enclave, they're gunning down Vault Dwellers. So
that is that is true.
Because suppose again I'll have to look into it because the whole Project Safe House is a like it's I don't think there's any like much to go on in canon. Like a lot
Right.
of it's like developers like that aren't even associated with the IP anymore, so they don't really have a say over it. And they like
Right.
they'll admit that they're like, oh, this is what we were going to do, but we don't own the IP anymore, so it's whatever Bethesda wants. So, but the goal, like obviously on the Enclave, like kind of set up Vault Tech to run these experiments, and the Enclave would later like was supposed to come and collect their data, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we see at the opening of Fallout 2. They're coming to collect all the data from the vaults for whatever purpose they want them for, and they're not gonna ask for the data. Is pretty much what's going
Um,
on.
Not to ask a stupid question, but does the Enclave emerge particularly after the bombs drop, or do they already exist like as a deep state
Yeah,
organization before the apocalypse?
because we see like they already have whatever enclave, like in the literal term of the word, is like whatever enclave of government officials started it. Like they had plans for it because like they have uniforms and stuff made already for their
Right.
faction. Like in Fallout 76. Like I don't want to get too much into it, but like they have plans. Like they have their own bunkers built across America to hide in. That's unrelated to Vault Tech. So
Yes. This just helps to support my argument that Voltec is, actually anti-capitalist because working with, like the
yeah,
Enclave. Yeah, that
like
makes sense.
fascism is economically left wing. So
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Hopefully, there's no Redditors happen to click on this video and give us a little bit of trouble over that.
but
I'll handle them in the comments. So if that happens.
but yeah, I think that's yeah. I think my theory of the ghoul waking up in Good Springs is solid. And the Norm joining the Enclave might be a shot in the dark, but that's why I'm saying it so early. Gotta.
Yeah, I feel like
What is it? You miss 100% of the shots you never take, so we'll see.
yeah, that's right. That's absolutely right. I feel like before we end the episode, I feel like I had to propose some sort of theory.
All right, let's
Um,
hear it.
I just gotta. Well, first I just had to think of a theory real quick. Well, actually, you know what? I kind of already did. I actually did earlier on, so let's just go with that. I think we're going to be seeing some Bane X Maximus action before he gets back with Lucy. That's going to be that's going to be the theory for this episode, guys. Unfortunately, that's
We're
all I
gonna
got.
see. We're gonna see. I don't even know what that ship name would be. Maxidame.
Dax.
Maxidame. There we go. Dax. The Dax ship.
Yeah,
I wonder how
that's
long
what
it'll be before we see Thaddeus. We see Thaddeus in the trailer.
like the dynamic here is like who's more of a man in the relationship, Bane or Maximus?
We'll see. We will. Maybe that. Maybe they're both. Maybe there is no man. Maybe they're both the girl.
Yeah, it's a very deep question. It's a very deep question.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna see with Thaddeus. I mean,
but
that'll be
again, like
interesting.
I, I feel like we've seen a majority of the stuff they've shown us in the trailer. Like I can only think of like a few. Like obviously the Kings. Like we see a little bit more of the Brotherhood Civil War, and we see a couple scenes of pre-war Mister House, but then I guess a couple more Legion. But other like
I haven't seen that.
I
I haven't
can't
seen that
imagine.
scene yet with the Ghoul and the Lucky 38, with turning around and seeing the
Yeah.
house behind him.
Then there is a scene where I think the Ghoul is at Camp Golf and he sees an NCR soldier there. But
Oh, I didn't even talk about that when we at the very beginning of the episode, when we were in Shady Sands, we saw an absolutely disgusting NCR Ranger wearing that unfortunately kind of cool armor. And I was like, oh my god! Thankfully, there was a nuke. Right, there was an explosion later, so it was all good.
Yeah.
I was
But
just
yeah,
so scared. Every time I see them, I'm just so scared.
I feel like we're probably going to get the majority of the rest of the scenes in the next couple episodes.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope we get lots of House in the next episode. Because if we don't, I'm
Yeah,
not going to be a very happy Wallace. I
I
just have
feel
to
like we will.
take
I feel like my theory of Victor triggering the ghoul's house PTSD is gonna what's gonna what we're gonna see.
Oh, and my second theory is that Stephanie is going to make it to the Lucky 38 and have her brain scanned, and she's going to become like a style robot. And she's going to have an eye patch even on her, even on her screen.
Well, like we just said, you miss 100% of the shots you never take. So,
Well, it's very possible that might happen.
no, I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything we saw.
Yes, and even more than that, we covered all sorts of interesting stuff.
Yeah. So I guess you want to call it that.
Yeah, fantastic episode.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you on the next one. All right. So episode